Extra, extra, read all about it. Scorpio, this is all about you. This is your weekly oracle and tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries. This is an energy reading, so it picks up on Scorpio energies. It's not a horoscope. So wherever Scorpio energy influences your natal chart, you can apply these energies, or you could be dealing with a Scorpio. Pull up a chair. This is for you. Now, I always do an extended reading, which is a full tarot card spread that articulates and susses out details of the energies I pick up on here. And that link is in the description box below. I welcome you to join me over there. Please do click subscribe and ring that bell, because I make brand new Scorpio specific content every single week. And when you're subscribed, you'll get notified as soon as your favorite content comes out. This is a weekly video, but it's not just for energies for this week. This message will come to you when it's supposed to come to you. But what I will say is, I call it the weeklies because I make a new video every single week. So peruse through the playlist. There might be messages there that you need to hear that are from months ago. So you never know. And that's pretty much it. I do personal readings. That information is also in the description box below. And I do live videos, live daily readings, so we could, chat and talk daily on Instagram, Monday through Thursday. And then I do one on here on Friday. This Friday, I will be doing a full moon party to celebrate the full moon in Capricorn that's coming up. So another eclipse that's coming up too. So yeah, let's get through it together. Let's get into your reading, Scorpio. First, I'm going to start with your crowning energy, which is the energy that's impacting basically the theme of all the energies that will end up on the table. And then I will go into your central energy, which is the heart of the challenges, the issues, or what you're feeling. And then last but not least, that grounding energy, which is what's rooting you and going to help you make it through. Crowning energy, crowning energy, crowning energy. Really interesting. Open to infinite possibilities, but it's in reverse. So what this tells me is there's been a shutdown, there's been a removal, there's been a close down, there's been a lockdown, there's been a nope, not interested, don't want to hear it. So whatever has impacted you emotionally has caused you to kind of lock down the hatches. This is a sense of, could be secrets, could be lies that have been kept, because this is the Star card in reverse, essentially. So think about delusional energy, or being deluded, or being delusional, or just catching wind that you've been delusional, or maybe in some cases thinking other people are delusional. But this implies that it's you that has been closed down to either even discussions, opening up discussions, or have not realized or are not realizing something that is impacting you, but you're not seeing it. This could be lying to yourself, which is not an easy thing to hear. And I know when I make these Scorpio videos, it's very rare that you guys like to hear you're lying to yourself. You always like to hear you're right, you're right, you're right, and somebody else is lying to you. But this is a suggestive energy of you just don't want to see something. You've put a veil up, you've put it over the bag over your head, and you just don't want to see something. You've gotten something twisted, you've gotten something wrong, which it could be, let me give you examples. It could be you're believing somebody that you shouldn't. It could be you're believing bullshit that you shouldn't. It could be that you've made a bad investment, or you're doing something shady. So there is something that is not right, or that you're intentionally trying to pull the wool over somebody's eyes. But I don't think this is an energy coming at you. I think this is an energy being generated by you, which is big. Let's get deeper into the reading. We have be loyal to what you love. So this is a mentality that's been generated by having that fixed sense of, but this is what I love, and this is whose side I'm on, and that's it. The problem with this energy, this is Cancerian energy. The problem with this energy is you're not a dog, you're a human. You're not a slave to somebody else's will. You make your own decisions. So there is an issue here that you've basically made yourself slave to, that you don't want to see and you don't want to look at. You want to like lie down like a dog and be like, nope, this is where I sit, at this person's feet. That's it. And I know that that can be a very beautiful energy. One of the most wonderful qualities about you guys is that you have that stalwart loyalty about you. But every beautiful side is like a yin and yang. You understand? Every characteristic about a person, it has its own yin and yang to it. So while it can be very beautiful sometimes, there can be that dark side to it, that negative about it, that subtractive and reductionary side that makes you stuck and keeps you sitting somewhere that is hurting you, harming you, or smearing shit all over you, making your life more difficult simply because you decided a long time ago when things were different that you're going to be loyal to the circumstance. But there is a delusional loyalty at play here. You know, this card is very impacted by the cards around it, so I'm going to get into the other cards. But right now, there's a suggestion that your loyalties are based on delusions. They're not based on truths. So that's something to really be majorly aware of. And then we have believe in yourself. So building strong, this is Virgo energy, step by step, scheduled and pedantic. These are two beautiful energies together. So Cancer and Virgo energies. But what that tells me with that crowning energy is still that you've been working very, very hard on something. So, okay, I'm going to say this right now. This is building up to be a shit show. That's what this is doing. Scorpio, just to warn you, this is building up to be a shit show. Because what this says is that you have and will continue to devote your time and energy and effort into growing something that is literally growing on you. That is poisoning you, that is lying to you, and that is taking you off your course. But you're doing it. Why? You're doing it because you made a decision a long time ago that that's where I stand and that's it. And this is where that dark side happens. It is not disloyalty to wake up and realize that what you've been loyal to has changed. So your loyalties should change. If what you have been loyal to has changed, if it's not what it was when you were first introduced it, then your loyalty should have changed. There shouldn't be this stuck mindset of, but no, this is where I stand, come hell or high water. What? No. This and that are true. There you go. This is a sense of maybe even confusing your own sense of morality by making excuses for something. By saying, oh, but if you say this, and I'll say that. Isn't that the case? It's like you're literally trying to justify what somewhere deep down inside you know is not correct. Somehow you're not seeing, but normally this is you're seeing both sides of a circumstance. I don't think you're seeing both sides of a circumstance. I think this is a sense of you making a decision to try to muddle facts so that you can get away with continuing your delusion. Truth transcends illusion. This is your central energy. So something's coming out. No matter what, something is coming out. And if you, like, the harder you hold on and the harder you decide, because this is Aquarius energy, crowning your energy in reverse. And then this is that central energy of there has to be a change, a permanent change, a change that you won't come back from. But let's see how this happens. Magic works through you. 5 + 2 is 7, which means that you are the conduit for the change. So your understanding and realizing how you have been led astray or how you have been misled is absolutely essential for moving yourself forward. This has to do with love, partnership. You could be dealing with somebody who is having a lot of issues. Or you could be deluding yourself about issues in your love life. Time to heal. There's definitely poison here. It could be an addictive love affair. This could be addicted to you. Like, don't you know that you're toxic? You know what I'm saying? That could be the sense. There's a beautiful, It's almost like something very, very ugly and toxic is being dressed up as and presented as something very, very beautiful. And then you have these two things in reverse. Trust in the great mystery. This is popping out, coming up for air. And then dream the world into being. This is your demons basically suppressing your future. And this is essentially the energy of, I don't want to see, I don't want to look. I want to stay in the underworld. I don't want to see, I don't want to look. I don't want to look underneath the surface. I don't want to hear what you're talking about or what you're saying. All I want is to continue on in this illusion that I've created for myself. This is either you or somebody that you're dealing with. Once again, this is miracles are endless. You are loving life right now. There's a sense of you wrapped in all of this luxury or doing really, really well with yourself so that you don't want to see that it's based on bullshit. That you don't want to see that you've taken bad advice. This is a very manipulative energy. Think King of Swords, Queen of Swords. They don't care about you. Or this is an air sign that you're dealing with that has a lot of abundance, a lot of material wealth, a lot of material abundance, because this is Taurus energy, but simultaneously they don't know what the fuck is up. They're completely cockeyed and bumping their ass around in the dark. But they think because they got money, everything is okay. Reclaim your power and nothing is wasted is your grounding energy. So this is coming out of the dark. Being able to see. And the reason how you're able to see is because you're sort of like buffering it for yourself. You're making it a little less impactful, because anybody coming out of Scorpio, the Scorpio is not going to listen with just you're wrong, right? This is a sense of, but in somehow you already know that you're wrong, but you're never going to agree with somebody that's going to tell you that you're wrong. You're never going to agree. But what you could do and what you are probably doing, this grounding energy is suggestive of, if you see the good in the experiences that you've had in this delusional state or with this delusional person, if you could see the good, there is a sense of you somehow seeing potential in the circumstance and still looking for a way to redeem this situation. This is about being with somebody or having somebody in your life that is literally, you know that they're skating on bullshit. You know that they're teetering back and forth. You know it, but you don't want to talk about it or you don't want to admit it. In some ways, you're trying to like block yourself, shut yourself down and be like, no, they'll be fine, they'll be fine. It's a classic almost enabler mentality of, I don't want to look at it right now, okay? I don't want to look at it right now. Things are fine. I'm just going to go ahead and let them have that 5th glass of wine and pretend like it's all good. Things are fine. I don't want to know where they go when they walk away to the bathroom and they spend 10 minutes in there and then come back. I don't want to know. Whatever. It's not my business what they do in the bathroom, right? This is a mentality that you're dealing with. What you have kind of, it's very deceptive energies, but it's self-deceptive. This is a sense of like in the dark, looking through, trying to see nothing is wasted. See the treasure in the trash heap. See, oh, but they're fine. Everything is good. Look at how good things are. We're making so much money. We'll go buy new shit. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. No, everything is. It's like the more you're saying it to yourself, the more you should realize you're trying to convince yourself of something that isn't true. And that's the issue here. You're trying to convince yourself of something that isn't true. To the extent where you're actually encouraging the illusion so that other people are deceived in order to help your deception. And you don't have to hear what you already hear in your heart, which is the truth, which is the fact that, yeah, you're on the wrong side. You're on the wrong side. Or not necessarily on the wrong side. You're not holding something or somebody accountable for what they are. You know, we like to pretend that, because we have this, as water signs, we have this psychic intuition. We'll always be able to call out the truth on somebody, but you're not going to call the truth out on anybody if you don't want to hear the truth. Because really, honestly, especially with being a Scorpio, drug addiction or somebody embezzling money or whatever, somebody doing shady shit might actually intimidate you or scare you less than losing them, because you're so addicted to having them in your life. So you're just like, no, I'm going to encourage their shit, or I'm going to ignore their shit, because you know what? My life is good living in this fantasy. But I'm telling you right now, fantasies only last so long. And the fact that this energy is coming up, and I just read, I gotta read this to you. I'm gonna read this to you because I think it's very important. Full moon in Capricorn. The full moon is coming up on Sunday, this coming Sunday, July 5th. Okay? And 5 is the number of change. But understand this. This full moon will show us in no uncertain terms where we have been coasting or living in denial. It will shine a light on where we need to step up to the plate and commit to the long view. All right, but that's my thing. And I already heard it in my head. A bunch of you saying, well, I'll create the long view. I'll make this long view what I want it to be. In other words, you're going to commit yourself to long-term delusion, because that's not what the universe is saying. What the universe is saying is, if that's what you decide, especially with Capricorn back in Saturn back in Capricorn, it's going to come and rip you butt up. It's going to come and rip up your asshole. That's what it's going to do. This is, if you have been deluding yourself, it's coming out. And the repercussions are going to shake. And believe me, it may not just be you and your boo that it's going to shake. It's going to affect the rest of your family. It may affect your children. How far, like I'm going to say this right now. This is some serious Sid and Nancy bullshit. And you could be lost in your own addictiveness to each other and enabling patterns as you want, but this is going to impact, it's like the deeper in denial you are, the bigger the explosion is going to be. So that's why you're getting this energy now. This is a huge warning that can severely impact what's happening. The truth is there, and at some level you already know it. And this would be the kind of strength that says, hey, maybe we've been living really, really good. We've been coasting. We've been doing really, really good. But I know we've been doing it on stolen money. That will come out. And who's going to raise your kids when you both go to jail? Yeah, that kind of energy. I'm not saying that's what you guys are up to. I'm just saying there is some stuff that you have been looking at the good side and saying, well, but it's bringing us closer together. It's keeping us together. You can muddy the morality as much as you want. This energy in the universe is going to come in and go, poosh, right? And I know that most of you, I know it, and this is why I'm so passionate about letting you guys hear this. Most of you are hearing this video thinking, oh, she's talking about me. This energy is about this person in my life and this person in my life. And I'm going to sit back and watch it all explode. And you don't realize you're the one sitting in the landmine. And that's what I want you to realize. Because this energy is coming up for you. To tell you, you're the one sitting in the landmine, Scorpio. Because you're the one that has denied either your participation in something or all the danger around you. Because, hey, this is where I chose to set up my house. This is where I chose to build. Ignoring the warning signs because this is what I wanted. There's only so much we can do with impacting our will when our will hasn't been connected to spirit. It's been connected to ego. So if your will has been connected to ego and not to spirit, there's a big kaboom that's about to happen. To you, not around you, not to somebody else. So just be very wary of that. Now, this may not be between you and your spouse. It could be at work. It's wherever there's been a lot of denial and a lot of profit by being in denial. Because it's almost like you've been really souped up. You've been getting those free hits for a long time now. So there is that sense of that coming down, that coming to an end. Be aware of this energy. Be wary of this energy because the truth is already with you. So you already have the power to get up and walk yourself out of that landmine territory. You have the power. It's just will you or won't you? I'm going to go deeper into this reading with a tarot card spread. Right now, the way the camera is set up, you can see them moving behind me. It's craziness. I can't necessarily flip the cards, but I will be showing it to you. I'm continuing the reading, and of course, it includes your romance reading too. We'll get a little bit deeper into what's happening romance specific. The link is below. Scorpio, please join me.